What up, free bro? Hey, you got many minds. You think about salvation, get the dance. In my flesh vein, it's my heart, not trouble, I will pain. We trust in Abba, he the one that kill your problems. We thinking Abba, now we know about that lava. The streets of gold, walking on that road, I can't sell my soul. Hell no, I'ma be the light everywhere I go. Ain't no vaccine up in the temple. The devil know that the most I dwelling in you. They tryna shoot you up, that should really offend you.
My cry for mercy as I call on you for help, as I lift up my hands towards your most holy place. I just wanna be worthy. I just wanna be
Shalawam, shalawam, shalawam. Let's give all praises be to the Most High YAHAWAH. Once again, shalawam, shalom, peace and blessings. Let's give all praises be to the Most High YAHAWAH and His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahushai. Shalom, peace and blessings to all of the Ahchyam, the Ahchwathyam, scattered to the four corners of the earth. We send out our peace and blessings to you, the water for being here on the first day of the week, tuning in. All of the Ahchyam, all of the Ahchwathyam brothers and sisters, those that are here and that are not here, we still say the water. Thank you. Please do the ministry a favor if you can, if possible. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to be notified when we go live, and also hit the thumbs up, which helps this video go out into the algorithm to help our brothers and sisters to get edified. And if you believe that this video or this lesson is edifying, please share it with someone. I encourage you to please share it with someone. As you can see it on the screen today, it says it's happening right now. What's happening right now? A lot of things in the earth is happening, but one thing I don't want you guys to forget that is happening is Ahchwathyam, and that's who we'll be speaking about today. But as people are still coming in and entering, I'm going to play a short video, and then as always, once I return, we're going to dive right into the scriptures. So enjoy this video, and then once the video is over, we shall return and dive right into the scriptures. Shalawam, Sister Dorothy, the water for being here. She says day one, the first day of the week. Shalawam, shalom, peace and blessings to you on this first day of the week. We breaking bread. We breaking bread on the first day of the week to start off that week correct. So like I said, while people are still entering, I'm going to just play a short video. And then as always, as soon as I return, we're going to dive into these scriptures and see what the Most High through the Kodash Rakah will bring out today. Enjoy the video, and I'll be right back. Let me share it real quick, and here we go.
Yeah. Prophets ain't dead. Just waiting on the right voice. Yeah. 7-night flow show. They ain't wanna listen when the word came. Now the storm about to fall with a pure flame. Judgment in the wind, no one else to blame. He hit his face, now they calling names. Got a chain, can't sleep through the signs. They playing with sin like it fine. Zephaniah said that they gon' shine, but only for the chosen line. Yeah. Currency rolling, I'm back in the city. Judah in motion, but most looking pity. I would change, but the heart's still gritty. Trying to find true where the world look pretty. Rap in the sky, no light and smoke. Israel blind, but the prophet woke. Ain't no peace when the trumpet spoke. That day gon' hit like fire and choke. Manasseh sin, the prophets bled. Zephaniah 1, what the Lord just said. The fake gon' fold, the real get fed. In the day of wrath, ain't nothing misled. The most high hid his face from lies. Judgment coming like fire from skies. You better move right, better realize. Before that day when the proud man died. They ain't wanna listen when the word came. Now the storm about to fall with the pure flame. Judgment in the wind, no one else play. He hit it fast, now they calling names. We gotta change, can't sleep through the signs. They playing with sin like it's fine. Zephaniah said that they gon' shine, but only for the chosen line. He said, gather up fast. Nation I desire this truth gon' last. Before that decree, before that blast. Repent now, don't wait till the wrath. They mocking now, but the trumpet near. When the sky crack open, no man cheer. Fire in the heaven, fear gon' sear, and the wicked gon' drown in tears. But the righteous hears, let it plan. Zephaniah spoke it, I understand. This a real walk, not a brand. I move for the king, not the ground. They preaching lies for a little blue check, but I'm building up Zion neck by neck. Every bar I spit, it's a soul I protect. They forgot who we are, there, what he resurrect. They ain't wanna listen when the word came. Now the storm about to fall with a pure flame. Judgment in the wind, no one else to blame. He hit his face, now they calling names. Gotta change, can't sleep through the signs. They playing with sin like it's fine. Zephaniah said that they gon' shine, but only for the chosen line. Yahweh here. What you watching? Got together before that decree come forth.
Well, there it is there, as you can see. There it is there, as you can see. So if you listen to what it was saying, people don't want to hear the gospel. People are not listening to the truth. They're not really taking in the truth. A lot of people are being deceived. Turn here with me to the book of Luke. Let's just dive right into the scriptures, right? Turn with me to the book of Luke, chapter 17. You can see it on the screen. If you have your Bibles, you can turn there. If not, you can just look on the screen, and I have it up here right here. Luke 17 and 20. Once again, thank you, Ahchwathyam, for everybody being here. And as I always say, we give praises to the Father, the Ancient of Days, the Giver of Life, and His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahushua, the Anointed One that laid down His life for us. With that being said, let's dive into this. Luke 17 and 20. It reads, and he was demanded of the Pharisees, when the kingdom of the Most High shall come. And he answered them and said, the kingdom of the Most High cometh not by, or not with observation. A lot of people are waiting on this rapture. A lot of people are looking into the sky, looking to men, looking to a woman, looking to all these different things. Verse 21, it says, neither shall they say, lo here, or lo there. For behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you. People are always looking on the outside, the sky, the elements, other people, other deities, whatever, statues, but never looking inside of themselves. Never looking inside of themselves. So I'll come here today to do this. Ezekiel chapter 3. If you know where I'm going, all praises. Ezekiel chapter 3. And I'm going to start at verse 16. And it came to pass at the end of 7 days, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman. That's what we are. Everybody that believes in the Most High and His only begotten Son, whether you male or female, you are still a watchman or a watchwoman. Doesn't matter. brother or sister. You are watching, preparing our brothers and sisters for what? The kingdom. So it says right here, son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. So this is why it's titled, It's Happening Right Now. It's been happening and it's happening right now. You should be able to see it even more clearly today. But let's continue on. Verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, sin, but his blood will I require at thine hand. So if anybody knows me, knows this platform, has any type of interaction with me in this platform, this is a warning to everyone that comes into contact with me and this platform, the ministry of the Most High and His only begotten Son. We are sending out warnings. Everybody should be warned or shall be warned. Verse 19, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul. So that's a job that was given to Ezekiel. And we take that literally as watchmen of what? The gospel, of the Most High, of the only begotten Son, of the ministry, of the way. And we must do this to deliver our own soul. Verse 20, again, when a righteous man doeth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die. But thou hast not given him what? Warning. A person must be warned. That's how it becomes a righteous judgment. If they don't know, then how can they be judged righteously, or how can they be judged when they really didn't know? So this is why we have to warn the people. We have to urge them. We have to tell them what the truth. He shall die in his sins, and his righteousness, which he have done, shall not be remembered. But his blood will I require at thy hand. Why? Because you did not warn him. You did not tell him the truth. And see, in the world that we live in, we have truth and we have lies. And the people are believing what? Lies. They're not believing the truth. Why? Because the shepherds, the pastors, these people that have flocks are not giving them truth. Verse 21, nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man that the righteous sin not, and he doeth not sin, he shall surely live, because he is warned. Also that has what? Delivered thy soul. So if you warn those people, you warn that man, you warn that woman, you will deliver your own soul. And we have to remember that. You can't be timid. You can't be faint-hearted. You can't be scared. I know sometimes we're in certain situations where it's like, well, I don't want this to happen, or I can't really. You have to do it. Not only depends on their life, but on your life also. I did a lesson yesterday on the Shabbat, like how can you repent and still end up in the lake of fire? These are some of the things that's still going to be accounted against you as a watchman, because you didn't warn, because you was in a certain situation where you felt like you couldn't speak up, or, you know, you may hurt somebody's feelings, or somebody might get offended, or they may feel a certain type of way, or you might lose something, whatever it is. We have to stand up for righteousness no matter what the cost is. If you believe in the Most High and His only begotten Son, and He controls everything, then as He says, I will never leave you, never, ever. And if you believe that, then you should stand on that solid foundation, on that rock. Let me get another one real quick. Turn with me to the book of Isaiah, chapter 62. Isaiah 62. The water for being here. Shalawam, peace and blessings. Yah is my strength. The water for being here. It's good to see you. I hope your day is going good. I hope you're having a Yafe day, a Barak day. You know, good to see you still here. This is Isaiah 62, and I'm going to just go right to it. Verse 6, right? He says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Never hold your what? Peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of Yahawah, keep not silent. He's telling us, proclaim it, let it be known. Don't be scared. No matter what comes to you in this earth, never be scared to stand up for the Most High and His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahushua. If you truly believe that He's all powerful, that He is the Ancient of Days, the giver of life, the taker of life, everything comes through Him, then what fear should you have? Why should you fear anything in this earth when He created everything and He gives existence to everything, life to everything? He tells you, if you're going to make mention, don't keep silent. Say it. Alert the people day and night. Let's get a few more. Turn with me to the 1611 King James Bible. Let me go here, 1611 King James Bible. The book of Ecclesiasticus, or better known as the book of Sirach. You can see it on the screen if you don't have it. It's on the screen. Chapter 32. And I'm going to jump down to about verse 14. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 32, verse 14. And it reads, whoso feareth Yahweh will receive his discipline, and they that seek him early shall find favor. Notice what it says, seek him early. A lot of people put it off. I've spoken to people, family members, friends, and just people I didn't know out on the highways and byways, encountering people, and they say, well, I'm not ready yet. I'm still young. I'm still kind of living my life. When I get older, they're putting it off. But he says, if you seek him early, while you're still in your young, you're still a youth, he can use you. You can really do some work for the kingdom instead of living in your desires, living the way you want to live and doing the things that you want to do. Verse 15, he that seek the law shall be filled therewith, but the hypocrite will be offended thereat. And that's why when you tell people about the truth, they get offended, they get hurt, they get upset, they get emotional, they get irate, they start to get loud, they start to scream. You know, they want to cause as they say, cause a scene. Why? Because it hurts. Because you're pointing out that they say that they are a believer. They say they believe in the Most High. They say they believe in His only begotten Son. But when you bring them the truth and put it on the table, it's a problem. Why? Because they're living in hypocrisy. Why? Because they're a hypocrite. And nobody wants to be called that to their face. But that's what we must do as watchmen. We have to bring truth. You have to warn the people. Whether it offends them or not, it's your duty, it's your job as a watchman. Verse 16, they that fear Yahweh shall find judgment and shall kindle justice as light. A sinful man, here it is right here. Look at this. Verse 17, it tells it all. A sinful man will not be reproved. What kind of man? A sinful man. A man who's living in sin, an unrighteous man. He doesn't want the correction. He doesn't want to hear what's right. And it says, but will find what? An excuse according to his will. Whatever it is that sinful man wants to do, he will find an excuse to do it. An excuse. Why? Because he has a sinful heart. He has an unrighteous heart. But as long as you do your job and warn that sinful man, then the blood shall not be on your hands, brothers and sisters. I just want to establish that so we can understand what's going on in this world. Has been and is still going on today, but is like I say, even more evident today. The sister was speaking on this a lot yesterday in the Shabbat class about how these churches and congregations is just crazy. Like she said, they twerking in the churches, they playing R&B. I mean, it's like it's like going to a concert. It's not even going to hear the word. There's a light show and smoke and lasers and all this type of stuff going on. Like, where's the word at? Imagine Hamashiach YAHAWAH coming out and it's a laser show and the lights and the fog and the smoke, and at least if he do it, it's real. It's thunder, it's lightning. You get what I mean? It's fog, it's real. He doesn't need the theatrics. Why? Because he created everything. And what he do, he's going to show you real, just like the children of Israel. Let me show that real quick. See, his stuff is real. Let me show that. Let's turn right quick to the book of Exodus real quick, just to show that when it comes to the Most High. Exodus chapter 20 real quick. Exodus 20. Not saying he need to, the theatrical type of stuff. No, but he did this for people so they can understand it and put the fear in the heart of those people. Exodus 20, and let me see where I want to start at. 18. Here we go. Right? It says, and all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of what? The trumpet. That trumpet that was blowing. And the mountain smoking. See, these people in the churches, they doing this. They buying all that stuff. They buying the lights. They buying the fog machine. All of the music and the stuff in the background. But see, the Most High didn't need that because he created all these things right here. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood what? Afar off. And they said unto Moses, speak thou with us. Moses, you come and talk to us, and we will hear. But let not the Most High speak with us, lest we what? Die. They were so afraid. They were so afraid from all these things that were happening in verse 18 that they said, Moses, you come and talk to us, please, Moses. We don't want to hear anything else that the Most High has to say because it is scaring us. We're too scared. We're frightened. And in verse 20, and Moses said unto the people, fear not. He's telling them, don't fear. This is just the Most High. This is him. These are his creations. This is his creation. Moses said, fear not. For the Most High is come to what? Prove you. He's come to what? Prove you. This is what it says right here. Prove you. And that his fear may be before your faces, that you what? Sin not. The only reason he did all those things in verse 18 was to show the people how powerful, how much power he has, who he is. And he's letting them know, listen, please don't sin. Do not break the commands that I'm giving you. A lot of people ask, well, why is it only 10 commandments? People say, which is not. But the reason he wrote on the tablets, those 10, was because those were the 10 the people actually heard. After the 10, the people, in verse 18, they asked them, please stop and let Moses come and talk to you and come and give us your word. Verse 21, and the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near unto the thick darkness where the Most High was. And Yahweh said unto Moses, thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, ye have seen that I have talked with you from what? The Shemayim, from heaven. Ye shall not make with thee any deities of silver, neither shall you make unto you any deities of what? Gold. So anytime you see this in the world, deities, statues, covered with silver, covered with gold, people, whatever that they have created, you know this is of who? Satan. It's not of the Most High. It's not of the Most High. An altar of the earth thou shalt make unto me, and shalt sacrifice thereon the burnt offerings, the peace offerings, thy sheep, thy oxen, and all the places where I record my name. I will come unto thee, and I will what? Barak thee, bless thee. If thou wilt make me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it hewed stone. For if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it. So he has regulations even when it comes to building him something. And we know this. And I spoke on this yesterday in the Shabbat class about the steps. Neither shalt thou go up by what? Steps unto my altar, that thy nakedness be not discovered thereon. Now you look in the churches, they got steps, they got women all upstairs with skirts. I mean, it's just, like I say, it's just a hot mess. It's just a hot mess. And this is what I was speaking on yesterday about the steps. And somebody might say, well, that's for the altar of the Most High. Yeah, but he's trying to tell you that the nakedness of someone may be what? Seen. Because they're going up them steps. So he doesn't even want that to even happen. So you shouldn't even have it. You shouldn't even have it. But let's go into it. Let's go into it. Let's go to the book of Revelation. The book of Revelation, chapter 12. Here it is here, right? What's happening? And it's been happening. Like I said, a lot is going on in the world, but here it is here, right? I'm going to go straight to it. I want to go to verse 9. Revelations 12 and 9. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old who? Serpent. The same one in Genesis. Same one in Genesis. Called who? The devil. And Satan, Hasatan, which deceiveth the whole world. People are waiting on this to happen. It is happening right now. It's been happening. You have to remember that everything that we read, the Most High started, and he started with the judgment first before he created the world. He did the judgment first. For those that have read, this is why I say you need to read the whole entire Bible from Genesis to Revelation. If you would read that, then you would know the first thing that was created before the world, before anything, was the judgment. We're living backwards. That's why when you go to Genesis chapter 2, who is there? Let me just show you real quick, and then we'll come right back to there. Who is there, right? Is it 2 or 3? 3. Salakia. Here we go. Genesis 3 and 1. It says, now that serpent, see, he's already there. In Genesis chapter 3, he's already there. He's already created. It's nothing new. But people in today's time, they're waiting on this to happen. They're waiting on the mark of the beast. They're waiting on all of these things to happen. It's already here. It's already happening. Sorry to bust your bubble, but it's been here. Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which Yahawah had what? Made. He's telling you, Yahawah made the serpent, Satan, Hasatan. He made him. He created him. And he said unto the woman, yeah, have the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. She's having a conversation with Satan, Hasatan. And that's in Genesis chapter 3. So I don't understand when we get to the last book of the Bible and we're in Revelations, like I say, verse 9, and it says, and that great dragon was cast out, that old serpent. This serpent was in Genesis chapter 3. So why are the people of the world today still waiting? He has other titles. He's also called the devil. He's called Hasatan, Satan. He's called the deceiver. He has a lot of different titles, names, as you may say, but titles. And then it goes on to tell you right here, what does he do? Was deceiveth the whole world. How is he deceiving the whole world? Because he's not letting the world, the people that live on the earth, live in what? Truth. He's deceiving them with what? Lies. If you have read, like I say, if you have read from Genesis to Revelation, even in the New Testament, it tells you. Let me get it. We'll come right back to, like I say, our foundation is what? Revelation 12 and 9. Here we go. I'm going to show you a couple verses. John, chapter 10, verse 10. We're just going to go straight to it, right? John 10 and 10. It says, the thief come not. Who is the thief? Satan, the devil, the deceiver, that old serpent. That thief come not, but to steal and to kill and to destroy. Hamashiach, the anointed one, the only begotten son, he says, I come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. Now, if we just jump back, I should say, 2 more chapters in John chapter 8, if you can turn there with me. John 8, and I'm going to just go right to it. I'm just trying to get right to it. John 8, and we'll go to 44. We're talking about who? The serpent, Hasatan, the devil, the deceiver. Now, this is the only begotten son, Hamashiach YAHAWAH, having a conversation with the Pharisees, right? He's having a conversation with them. Let me see if I can, just so you can know that, hey, it is him. I'll start at John 8 and 42. YAHAWAH said unto them, if the Most High were your father, you would love me, for I proceeded forth and came from the Most High, the Father. Neither came I of myself. I didn't just come down here of myself. It says, but he sent me. Who sent him? The Father. The Ancient of Days, the giver of life. You might want to say, somebody might say, why does he keep saying the Ancient of Days? If you ask that question, that's because you haven't read. Read Daniel chapter 7. I'm not going to give you the verse because I want you to find it. I gave you a lot. Just go to Daniel 7 and you'll see why I call him the Ancient of Days. That's who sent him. That's who sent the only begotten son. Verse 43, he says, why do you or ye not understand my speech? See, there's a lot of people that don't understand this truth that's brought out on a day-to-day basis, especially when you come onto this platform and they say, well, wait a minute, I've never heard this preached before. I've never heard it like this before, because you haven't been given truth. And it's not my truth. I don't want you to say, well, that's, no, it's not my truth. It's what the word truly says. I only bring out the word. That's it. You won't hear my opinions. You won't hear my emotions. You won't get me. No, whatever the word says, that's what it is. That's the line in the sand. When it comes to the word, that's it. And YAHAWAH is saying, how come you can't understand the truth that I'm speaking to you? This gospel that I'm trying to give you, you're not receiving it. Why don't you understand my speech, the words that are coming out of my mouth? Then he goes on to say, even because you cannot hear my word. Why? Ye are of your father, who? The devil. Satan, that serpent. The same one in Revelations 12 and 9 that was cast out and was coming to what? The earth to do what? Deceive them. Why are people waiting on this to happen when it has been happening and still happening right now at this very day? Why are they waiting? Tell me. 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. Understand what he's saying. Satan, that old serpent, the devil, he has children. And that's why he's telling these men that that is your what? Father. That's who you worship. He goes on to say that he was what? A murderer from the beginning. Way back in Genesis. Before Genesis, he was still a murderer. He was always a murderer. And abode not in the truth. He never abode in the truth. That's why in Genesis chapter 3, he was able to come to Eve and tell her, oh no, you can eat from the tree. You'll be like this. And you are the Most High. He's just lying to you. He doesn't want you to be like him. He's a liar. And he never abode in truth because there is what? No truth in him. This is what the only begotten son is saying. So I'm going to believe what he says, not what man says, not what a woman says, not what your pastor, your daddy, your shepherd, your deacon, your elder. I'm going to believe what the only begotten son said because he is the one who laid down his life for us and shed his blood for us. He said there's no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. For he is, listen what it says, for he is a liar and the father of it. Meaning he created it. He brought it forth. He manifested it. The lie. So every time a person lies, I don't care if they say it's the little white lies, the little bitty liars. No, every time you lie, this is why I said all liars will have their part in what? The lake of fire that burns with what? Brimstone. Why? Because when you lie, you are of your father who? The devil. That's why it's telling you, for he is a liar and the father of it. And people don't realize when you lie, that's who you are giving honor and glory to, the devil. He doesn't care because you say, oh, it's a little white lie. As long as it's a lie, hey, you are serving your father, the devil. If it makes you feel better for you to say, well, it was just a little white lie. It wasn't, I didn't lie that much. You are serving your father who? The devil. 45. And because I tell you the truth, brothers and sisters here, if you're listening today on the first day of the week, we're breaking bread. It says, and because I tell you the truth, you believe me not, brothers and sisters. You believe me not because I'm telling you the truth. I'm going to stop right there because he's going to go into a lot of other things. But I just wanted to show you that Ahchwathyam, the devil, that old serpent, he's been here. He's been deceiving the world. You don't have to wait on it to happen, right? So let's go back to Revelations chapter 12 was where we was. Verse 9. Revelations 12 and 9. Let me blow it up some. Okay. Once again, and that great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. That's where we left off at right there, right? We know he's deceiveth the whole world. The second part says he was cast into the earth, and his angels, or malaks in the Hebrew, were cast out with him. So he's not alone. He's not by himself. He has other ones that are with him that also do his work, as we would call them, minions, demons. So he's not the only one here in the earth bringing forth that wickedness and evil. He has partners, other demons that are with him. Verse 10, and I heard a loud voice saying in the Shemayim, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of the Most High. You waiting on it, right? People are waiting on the Most High. They're waiting on the kingdom. That's why I read Luke 17, verse 20 first. But it says, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power. And the power of who? The anointed one, Hamashiach. That's what Hamashiach means in the Hebrew, the anointed one, the Messiah. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down. What is he also known as? What is Hasatan? What is Satan? The serpent? What is he known as? The accuser. He goes up there and he accuses the brethren to the Most High. Look, he said he believed in you. He said he believed in you, and he said he believed in your only begotten son. That's what he said. But look at him. Look at him. He's in adultery right now. He's over that woman's house right now. Look at him. He said he believed in you, and he's drunk again. He's been drunk every day this week. Look at him. And this is who you say believe in you? He's an accuser. Every time you sin, he goes up there to the Most High and he says, look at him. He's a murderer. He's a thief. He's a robber. This is who you says believe in you? And it tells you right here, which accused them before who? Our power, the Most High, day and night. He accused the brethren day and night in front of the Most High. Verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of what? The Lamb. How are you supposed to overcome the serpent, Satan, the devil, Hasatan? There's only one way. And you have to do it by what? The blood of the Lamb, the anointed one, the Messiah, the only begotten son that laid down his life for you, pierced on the side, as I always say, blood and water came out, crown of thorns, beat, whipped, spit on, mocked, hung from a tree. And by the word of their testimony. Brothers and sisters, I tell you now, here today, and I'm warning you as a watchman of the Most High and his only begotten son. It tells us right here in verse 11, and they love not their lives unto death. If that's what it takes, brothers and sisters, you have to be willing to go to the death for our brother Hamashiach Yahushua and the Father. You have to be willing. And I know those are easy words to say until you are actually in that situation. A man can say it, a woman can say that they really down and they'll do it, but nobody really knows. Nobody really knows who's going to buck and run until you in that situation. So I'm not asking you to proclaim it to me, but I will ask you to think about there. It might be a time. There might come a day that you have to lay down your life for Hamashiach Yahushua, for the anointed one, the only begotten son. It might come a time. Are you ready? This is what believers have to think about. Because when we read in the book of Revelation, that's why a lot of people don't want to read it. You go to the average person, especially Christians, they be like, hey, I don't read the book of Revelations. It's too much for me. But you need to read it so you can understand. So I'm just telling you, brothers and sisters, there may be a day. And as a believer, if you really believe in the only begotten son that came to the earth, John 3:16, for the Most High so loved his son that he sent him into the world. If that's who you put your faith and trust in and you truly believe him, it says that right here, and they love not their lives unto the death. Paul didn't, Peter didn't, Bartholomew didn't, Matthew didn't, John didn't, Hamashiach Yahushua didn't. They all went where? To the death. All of them. The only one that didn't die right away was John, and they tried to kill him, but they put him on an island. He just didn't die, and this is why he was able to write this for us. Verse 12, therefore rejoice, Shemayim, and ye that dwell in them, in the firmament, basically. Those that dwell in the firmament, right? It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth. Are you waiting on this woe to happen? Or do you know that it's here, that it's happening, brothers and sisters, right now? You know? The sister Dorothy, she says, Khan, the Most High, very meticulous, very detailed, structures. Sometimes that aspect of his character is fully acknowledged. That's why some people think they can come to him in any old kind of way. Exactly. And you can't. You can't. You can't come to him any type of way that you want. You just can't do it. He's not going to allow for that to happen. She also says, I know I have to practice being more structured in my prayer time. I have to make sure I'm extending through uttermost respect to our Abba Yah, Khan. 100%. I 100% agree with you. Yah is my strength. He says, and that time might be coming sooner than later. I know what he's talking about when I say it may be a time that you have to lay down your life, brothers and sisters. And see, Yah is my strength. He understands that. The sister Dorothy, she understands that. You know, I want all of my brothers, all of the Ahchyam out there, all of the Ahchwathyam, brothers and sisters scattered to the four corners of the earth. I want all of you guys to understand that. She also says, I think woes have begun. Khan. The woes have begun. It says right here, Revelation 12:12, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea. Not just the earth, but and the sea. For where we live, right? When you go out to the ocean, only when you go all the way out to the middle of the ocean, but look at the ocean where we live, how trashed it is, how nasty it is, how polluted it is. It's not even the same color anymore. Why? Because there's so much pollution. And then they taking all of the creatures out, they clean it. All of the crab and the shrimp, all of the crustaceans they're taking out and putting on your plate to eat and charging you an arm and a leg, when those are the crustaceans that are supposed to clean and filter the very sea. But yet they keep taking them out. It says, right here, it says, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. He's very angry. The Bible is warning you and telling you, the very word is telling you that he has great wrath. He's angry because he knoweth that he have but a short time. His time is running out. It's limited. And he's angry about that. Because there's a time and place where it's all going to end. There is a time. And brothers and sisters, for those who have read, especially the book of 2nd Ezra, it goes into great detail about that. Great detail about that. That everything has been weighed in the balance. And it tells you about, you know, if a woman is pregnant and she has her 9 months, can she hold the baby? And it says, no, she has to bring forth the child when it's time. So when it says basically when that number is complete for all of the souls that are supposed to die here on earth, that's when the end will come. Like the sister just said, he's very meticulous in everything and structured and everything that he has done. All praises to the Most High that he has left us here for our learning. Romans chapter 15. And this devil, this Satan, Hasatan, this serpent, he is angry because he knoweth that he doesn't have a long time. His time is running out day by day. Verse 13, and when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth. So where's the serpent? Where's Hasatan? Where's Satan at? He's in the earth. If people think that they're waiting on him to come, he's already here. It's already happening, brothers and sisters. That's all I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to warn you and let you know it's already happening. Don't wait. It's going on right now. He persecuted who? The woman, which brought forth the man child. What's the woman? Well, we know our brother. The only begotten son that laid down his life, he is called who? The bridegroom. Who is the woman? The woman is Israel. Who is the man child? The only begotten son that brought forth. Or somebody might say Israel. That's a whole nother different lesson that I'm not going to get into right now. But for those who have an ear to hear, you know what it's saying right here. And that's why he's upset. He's very mad, angry, rough, right? And he has many different things: the dragon, the serpent, Satan, the devil, the deceiver. Even Peter speaks about him. Let's go to Peter real quick. 1 Peter chapter 5. Let's go to Peter real quick. I know it's the first day of the week, you know, and people have things that they're doing, getting ready for their week of work or whatever. So I'm not going to hold you long. I thank everybody, the water in the Hebrew, for all those that are tuned in and will tune in, you know. So I don't try to make it too long because I know people have things to do, but it's important that we get that word out on a day-to-day basis if possible. Peter says right here in verse 6, 5 and 6, so humble yourself under the mighty power of the Most High. I'm actually reading for the New Living Translation. The New Living Translation, the NLT. So humble yourself under the mighty power of the Most High. And at the right time, he will lift you up in honor. Give all your worries and cares to the Most High, for he cares about you. Verse 8 says, stay alert, brothers and sisters. Why do we need to stay alert? Why is Peter warning us, like I'm warning you here today, that is happening now and has been happening? Why is Peter warning the brothers and sisters? Why? He says, watch out for your great enemy. Who is your great enemy? Mind you, these epistles, these letters were written thousands of years ago. Thousands of years ago. I mean, some of them go back to 55 AD, 45, 40. We're talking about AD, after death. It's 2026. And he was warning the people then, saying, watch out for your great enemy. Who? The devil. Satan, that old serpent. And as he was warning, saying, stay alert, brothers and sisters, I'm doing the same thing here today on the first day of the week, telling all of my brothers, all of the Ahchyam, all of the sisters, all of the Ahchwathyam in the Hebrew, stay alert. Watch out for that great enemy. He doesn't come how you think he comes. He has pastors. He has shepherds. He has churches. He has congregations. He has camps. Whatever you think, he has it. People work for him. I gave that the other day in 1 Kings 18 when it was talking about Elijah. It was 400 prophets for Satan. 400. If you go to 1 Kings 18 and talk about Baal, 400 prophets. And it was one prophet of the Most High, just one. So who has more numbers in this world? Satan, the devil. He's always going to have more numbers in this world because the world was given into the hands of the wicked. Job 9 and 24. So Peter is telling us as a brother, someone who loves us, to stay alert, watch out for that great enemy. Who? The devil. It says he prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Brothers and sisters, don't let it be you. Do not let it be you that gets devoured. Stay alert, brothers and sisters. Stay vigilant. All those things. Verse 9, he says, stand firm against him and be strong in your faith. please, brothers and sisters, please, if you really believe in the Most High, if you really believe in his only begotten son, Hamashiach Yahushua, the anointed one, he's telling you, stand firm against him, that serpent, and be strong in your faith. You see what the brother said, Yah is my strength. It might come sooner than you think. You don't never know. But if you're not strong in your faith, you'll buckle. Man, you'll buck and run and leave your brother or sister there. And how can you face them after that? After you bucked and ran and left your brother, left your sister in the faith, how can you turn back around? I mean, we still gonna love you. You are brother, you are sister, whatever. But I mean, the emotion behind it to know that your brother just up, bucked, and ran and left you in the hands of the devil because their faith wasn't strong. They wasn't on a solid foundation. They didn't build their house on a rock, as Matthew 7:24 says. Come on, brothers and sisters. Remember that listen what he says. Remember that your family of believers, this is what I always try to stress every time, the brotherhood. We are a family. All over the world, to the four corners of the earth. This is what Peter is saying. All over the world is going through the same kind of suffering you are, brother, and you are, sister. Understand that. Verse 10, in his kindness, the Most High called you to share in his eternal glory by the means of Hamashiach Yahushua. So after you have suffered a little while, he will restore you. He's going to restore, support, and strengthen you. And he would place, Salakia, and he will place you on a firm what? Foundation, brothers and sisters. All power to him forever. Amen. All power to him forever. This is what you want to be, on that firm, solid foundation. And you need to ask yourself, are you on that, brother? Are you on that, sister? Ask yourself that. And if not, then hey, you need to do some more. You know, I can't tell you exactly what to do because I don't know. But if you're not on a firm foundation, like Yah is my strength, like he said, hey, you got to get it together because you don't know what's going to happen. You know, the sister Dorothy said the whole earth is a mess. They're out there fighting. Scientists are out here. They're finding different strains of diseases. Shake my head. Too much going on. God. They've ruined the planet. We have a sonic boom last week. Fortunately, I didn't hear it, but it's strange. You know? I still don't know what caused the sonic boom. Me either. Not sure who this guy is. You better do your research. Well, you know, you do your research, you know. You can click off, you know. We know who we serve and we know who we worship, you know. You don't believe in the Most High, it's okay, brother. Just move on. Thank you. Shake my head, you know. We always have scoffers, mockers that want to come in, but like I say, we on a firm foundation here. You know what I'm saying? And when you're ready to lay down your life for the Most High, the Hamashiach Yahushua, they could just go on. Like I say, what they call fanatics or whatever. Look, just move on. There's nothing you gonna say here. Nothing. There's nothing you gonna say. Already made my decision. Already made my choice. So there's nothing you gonna say. If you feel like it's something, just move on. Click off. Like I say, this is a true foundation. This is a brotherhood here. If you don't feel it, if you don't understand it, we come out of the word from Genesis to Revelation. If you come with anything else, just move on. Click off. Unsubscribe. You know, you don't have to waste your time. Let's keep going. 2 Corinthians chapter 4. 2 Corinthians chapter 4. Let me see. It says Ronald Hosley, I believe. Shalawam, Mashkapa. Shalawam. The water for being here. The water for joining in. All praises be to the Most High. Khan. Let's get it. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3. And then it reads, this is in a New Living once again. If the good news we preach is hidden behind a veil, it is hidden only from the people who are perishing, those that are dying. Why? Verse 4. Satan, that old serpent, that deceiver, who is the what? Deity of what? This world, like I told you. That's why he has more pastors, more preachers, more shepherds, more churches, more congregations, more camps, more men and more women in this world that serve him. This is why Hamashiach Yahushua, he gave us the parables, especially the wheat and the tares. Anybody who knows tares, they look just like wheat. So these people look just like you. They speak the language. They speak the Hebrew. They wear the fringes. They keep the Shabbat. But they are a tare. They're tare. And like the Bible says in Matthew 13, he says, should we pluck them up? Hamashiach said, just leave them there. Because if you pluck them up, you might end up plucking up some of the wheat. So just leave them there to the end of the age. So they're growing amongst us. Satan has planted them amongst us. If you never read that parable, I would encourage you to go read it. Matthew chapter 13. Once again, Satan, who is the deity of this world, has blinded the minds of those that don't believe. They are unable to see the glorious light of the good news. They don't understand this message. That's why you got people coming in, scoffing and mocking, and they don't understand the message. This message is only for the brothers and sisters that have ears to hear. This message is not for everybody. This is not a message that's going to be preached in a stadium. This is not Joel Osteen where it's going to be a basketball. This is not that type of message. You want to know why it's not that kind of message? Because this is truth, and people in this world don't want truth. It says right here in 2 Corinthians, Paul is letting us know they don't understand this message about the glory of the anointed one, the only begotten Son. They don't understand it. Who is the what? Exact likeness of the Most High, the Father. You see, we don't go around preaching about ourselves. We don't do that. You never hear me say anything about myself unless I'm giving a testimony about how the Most High and his only begotten Son has pulled me out of darkness into this marvelous light. We preach that YAHAWAH is the Adon. He is the master. And we ourselves are your servants. For who? YAHAWAH's sake. Verse 6. For Elohim, who said, let there be light in darkness, has made this light to shine in our hearts so we could know the glory of the Most High that is seen in the face of YAHAWAH HaMashiach. Verse 7, we now have this light shining in our hearts. What is it talking about? Well, when you go to Hebrews chapter 8, he said in the new covenant that he was going to write that law. He was going to write his stuff or the commandments on what? Their hearts. And now we have it shining in us. We have that understanding. But we ourselves are like fragile clay jars containing this great treasure. This makes it clear that our great power is from above. It's from the Most High and not from ourselves. It's not from me. It's not from me. Everything I have and everything I have done, every single, this very breath that I have right now, this voice box that I have to be able to speak, it comes from the Most High. Everything physical here, the camera that I'm on, the computer that I'm on, the money that I spent to pay it for, it came from the Most High. My flesh, it came from the Most High. My eyes, my ears, my tongue, my teeth, my my toenail, everything came from the Most High. There's nothing that you have on this planet Earth, even in the spirit realm, that didn't come from your creator, the Father. Everything. And you should give praises to him for that. Verse 8. Listen, it says we are pressed on every side by troubles, but we are not crushed. We are perplexed, but not driven to despair. We don't give up. We don't throw in the towel, no matter how hard it gets, no matter what happened. Every time you go through something like I do, brothers and sisters, I always think about Job. I always think about what Job had, what Job went through. He lost all his children. He lost all his cattle. He lost everything. Not only did he lose everything, Satan was able to what? Penetrate him. He got sick. He had boils all over his body. He was laying up in the bed. His friends came. Everybody was talking bad to him. Everybody was talking, saying, hey, you must have did something. Even his own wife said, curse the Most High and just die. Just die. He says, you talk like a foolish woman. Should we not receive good things from our Father and not bad things also? Job was a very, very wise man. A very wise man. You know? Con, let me go up here real quick. The sister Dorothy said, Con, confusion, faces task, correction, confusion of faces and tears. Con. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that person. Anyway, let's continue on. Did it go off the screen? Yeah, let's continue on. Like I say, scoffers and all. I don't know. Anyway, verse 9. We're hunted down, but never abandoned by the Most High. We get knocked down, but we are not destroyed. And that's all I'm trying to say, brothers and sisters. I'm here to warn you. It's happening now. It's been happening. Don't throw in the towel. Don't give up. You're not what? Destroyed. We get knocked down. I mean, that's life. You're going to get knocked down in this world. That's what happens. But you keep getting back up. Dust the dirt off and get back up again. Through the suffering of our bodies, continue to share in the death of Yahawashi, so that the life of Yahawashi may also be seen in what? Our bodies. Yes, we live under constant danger of death because we serve Yahawashi, so that the life of Yahawashi might be what? Will be evident in our dying bodies. So like Yah is my strength said earlier, hey, it may come sooner than later. There may be a time that you have to lay down your life for the only begotten Son. He tells you that. That's why he calls you a friend. If you didn't know that, that's why he calls you a friend. I'm going to show you that right after this, why he calls you a friend. In order to be called a friend of his, you have to be willing to lay down your life. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're not a friend of his. You're not a friend. And I'm going to show you that. Just stay here. Don't leave. Don't leave, because I want to show you that. When I say that's my brother and my friend, I say that knowing that one day I may have to lay down my life. Like I say, it's easier said than done, but at least I'm getting my mindset ready that day might come. And if that day come, I got to stand on it. I have to. I can't buck and run. When I say buck and run, I think about those animals in the wilderness, when they being hunted and they hear something, they take off and they run it. No, we not them. We have to stand there. Who is hunting us? The devil, Satan, Ahchyam. Verse 12. So we live in the face of death. This is what Paul is telling us, brothers and sisters. And if you don't know, I'm trying to let you know. See, it's not about all going to church on Sunday and hearing some music and clapping and giving a little offering in an offering plate and then going out. No. It's much more to it than that. Way much more. If you are a real believer, Paul says, so we live in the face of death. But this has resulted in what? Eternal life for you, brother, and for you, sister. Verse 13, but we continue to preach because we have the same kind of faith. This is why we continue to go on. Because just as Paul had faith and Peter had faith and Bartholomew and Matthew and James and all of the rest of the apostles and all of the prophets in the Bible, everybody else that had that faith, that's the same type of faith that I long to have. And I'm searching and going after it. And they were all willing to lay down their life for the Most High Yahawah. All of them. All of them. And it says right here, I believed in the Most High, so I spoke. That's exactly it. I believe in the Most High, and I believe in his only begotten son that was hung on the tree, laid down his life for us. So that's why I'm speaking to my brothers, the Ahchyam, and my sisters, the Ahchwathyam in the Hebrew. Now let me show you how you are his friend. Turn with me to John chapter 15. Since I spoke on it, I'm going to show you. Right here, John 15, and I'll start at verse 12. John 15 and 12. Turn there with me. John chapter 15. Verse 12. And it reads, this is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you, brothers and sisters. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. So there's no greater love. There's no greater love. The only begotten son is saying, Hamashiach, the anointed one. There's no greater love than this. There's nothing that exceeds this right here, that a man laid down his life for his friends. Verse 14, he says, you are Salakia, ye are my friends. Why? Because he laid down his life for us. And he's telling us that we are his friends. Only if what? You see it right here. If ye do whatsoever I command you, then you are his friend. That's why when I start, before I even start the lesson, I say, giving all praises to the Most High, the Ancient of Days, giver of life, right? And then his only begotten son, my brother and friend. He is my brother and he's my friend. Why? Because he said, if you do whatsoever I command you, henceforth, I call you not servants, for servant knoweth not what his Adon or master doeth. But I have called you friends, brothers, sisters, Ahchwathyam. For all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you. You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you. See, I'm already ordained. I don't need a man to give me a title. I don't need a church to give me a title. I don't need nothing, nobody on this earth to come and tell me, oh, you gonna be this and you gonna be that, and we gonna make. I don't need it. Hamashiach Yahawashi, the only begotten son, has already came and told us that he has ordained us that you should go and bring forth what? Fruit. That's what I'm doing here on the first day of the week. I'm going out and I'm bringing forth fruit, preaching what? The truth. And that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever you shall ask of my Father in my name, he may give it to you. And don't ask for no money. Ask for wisdom. Ask for understanding. Ask to how to know how to love your brother, love your sister, love your wife, love your children in a righteous way. Don't ask for things of this world, please. Verse 17, these things I command you, that you love one another, brothers and sisters, that you love one another. 2 Timothy chapter 4. I'm not gonna hold you too much more longer. We getting ready to wrap it up. Just hold on. We almost there. We almost there, brothers and sisters. Sister Dorsey said, yes, Job was wise and strong. Yeah, every time I go through something, that's who I think back to, Job. You know, Job, he wasn't no joke. And if we go through things, that's who, you know, there's plenty of people refer back to in the Bible who have, you know, something connection with. But for me, it's Job. That's just me personally. She said, Khan, prepare yourself. Khan, you have to. Yah is my strength. He says, true. Say that, brother. I also pray for the kind and faith. Yeah. You know, it's crazy because a lot of people will pray for things in this world. Can I get a better job? Can I get a car? Can I get this? Can I get that? And the thing is that when you read in the Bible, when Solomon, when he prayed and petitioned to the Most High, he said, hey, give me wisdom so I can better understand how to serve not only you, but the people of the earth, your chosen people. That way I can have understanding. The Most High said, because you didn't ask for money, because you didn't ask for riches, because you didn't ask for these things of the world, yet you asked for understanding, wisdom. Not only am I going to pour wisdom upon you like no man has ever had and will never have after you, but I'm also going to attribute to you what? Riches and many other things. That's why he was not only wise, but one of the very wealthiest men that has ever been on the earth. But he didn't what? Glory in the wealth. He gloried in the wisdom of the Most High. That's what was more important. And when you read his stuff, it makes me think of something. And I'm going to go to something before I close out this lesson to show you in the book of Psalms, you know, but that's very powerful. That's very powerful. So thank you for that comment. Yah is my strength. The sister Dorothy said, Khan. For me, the sister said, for me, is Naomi. If I'm saying that right. For her, is Naomi. And y'all should know who Naomi is. If you don't, please go back and read the Bible once again. You know, I don't want to give you all the answers, because if people give you the answers, then how will you learn? It's like taking a test and I'm giving you all of the answers on the test. Is that going to help you learn anything? No. I had to go and read. I had to research. I had to take time out of my day, hours, minutes, seconds, to sit down, read, study, write it down, research. So I'm not going to just give you all the answers, brothers and sisters. Now, if you ask me something and I have the answers and you really need it at that point in time, I'll give it to you. But I want you to do your due diligence too, brothers and sisters. You know, let's go here real quick. 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. And I'm reading it out of the New Living Translation. This is Paul writing to Timothy. Basically, he's saying, I'm urging you in the presence of the Most High and Hamashiach Yahushai, who will someday judge the living and the dead when he comes to set up his kingdom on the earth. For those who don't know, the kingdom is here on the earth. No, people have been taught they're waiting on the rapture. They're waiting to go up in the sky. They're waiting to go here and go there. But the Bible says the kingdom is right here on the earth, as you can see it right here. Verse 2, preach the word of the Most High. Be what? Prepared, whether the time is favorable or not. Patiently correct, rebuke, and encourage your people with good teaching, brothers and sisters. You might say, well, why is he not reading it in the King James? I do comparative text, and I try to show other people in other light. Sometimes it's hard for people to understand the King James. Now, is that a reason not to read the King James? No, brother and sister. No, it's not at all. But if it helps someone in some type of way, then that's what I'm going to do. I go to all of it. So right here, I am reading in the New Living Translation. And I'm encouraging my brothers and sisters in good teaching, as it says. Verse 3, for a time is coming when the people will no longer listen to sound, wholesome teaching. Now, Paul warned us back then. That time is now. It's happening right now, brothers and sisters. It is happening right now. It says, for a time is coming, is here, when the people will no longer listen to sound, wholesome teaching. Why? It says they will follow their own desires and will look for teachers who will tell them whatever their itching ears want to hear. That's why I say whatever you want to hear, you can find a church. You can find a congregation. You can find a camp. You can find an online class. You can find it out here. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. He's letting us know they will follow their own what? Desires. And they will look. They will look for preachers. They will look for certain men that profess or claim that they're preaching the word of the Most High, but they are what? They're telling them what they want, whatever they want to hear. Yeah, it's okay. You can do this. And it's okay. I understand. It's okay. It's okay. No, it doesn't really say that in the Bible. They don't have understanding like we do. That's what they'll tell you. They don't have understanding. They're taking it out of context. They don't understand. I went to theology school, and in theology school, they told us a certain type of way and a certain type of, why? Because you have what? Itching ears. Itching ears, meaning you don't want the truth. You want lies. Paul says in verse 4, they will reject the truth and chase after what? Myths. They reject the truth. That's why I say this is not a message like Joel Osteen where you can go fill up a NBA stadium or the Dodgers field or wherever stadium is. It's not, no, there's not going to be a lot of people like that want to hear this truth. Just like it's not going to be a lot of people in the kingdom. That's what the Bible tells you. Matthew 7:13, for narrow is what? The straight. But wide is the way that leads to what? Destruction. There are going to be many people that go down the path of destruction, but it's not that many people who goes down the narrow path. Verse 5, but you should keep a clear mind in every situation. Don't be afraid of suffering for the Adon. Work at telling others the good news, brothers. And that's all I'm trying to do with my Ahchyam out there, the Ahchwathyam out there, my brothers and sisters. I love you. That's all I'm trying to do is bring the good news. I'm not trying to knock nobody down. I'm really trying to edify and build our brothers and sisters up through the gospel, through the good news. Why? Because this is what is commanded and told of us. It says right here, work at telling others the good news and fully carry out the ministry of the Most High has given you. See, that's why I always tell you this is a brotherhood. No, we're not a camp. We're not this. We're not a church. None of that. We are a brotherhood. Whose ministry is this? This is Hamashiach YAHAWAH ministry, the anointed son and the Father. This is the ministry that they have given to us to go forth into the world and proclaim the truth, to let people know the truth, to prepare them for what? The coming of the Messiah. Bidding them to what? The marriage. For who? The bridegroom. Paul says, as for me, my life has already been poured out as an offering to the Most High. The time of my death is near. He already did. He tell you right here in verse 7, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race, and I have remained what? Faithful, brothers and sisters. He didn't buck. He didn't run. He didn't scour off. He know that he's finna be what? Put to death. He's telling you, death is near. It wasn't like he was sick. It ain't like he had cancer. It ain't like he was in a hospital. No, he's good and healthy, but he know he's about to go in front of who? Caesar. He know his time is coming and he's about to get what? Put to death. These were young men. They wasn't old. They didn't die of old age. Yahushua died when he was 33. Peter and all of them was around the same age. They wasn't in their 70s and 80s and all this stuff. All I'm trying to get you to see, brothers and sisters, is that it's happening right now. Satan, Hasatan, that serpent, that devil, he has been in the world. He's roaring around. He's trying to devour us. And I know it's portrayed that, hey, we're waiting on all these things to happen, but it's here and now. It's happening right now, brothers and sisters. You know, even when you go right here, let's go to the book of Jeremiah real quick. Chapter 16. I'm going to just go to this and show you. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 19. Jeremiah 16 and 19, real quick. The sister Dorothy says, Khan, this is a habitation of who? Devils. He can find any kind of foolishness. Salaki, yeah, it says he can find any kind of foolishness you want. Shake my head. They love deceit. If you want it, you can find it here, especially in America. That's why everybody wants to come to America. If you want it, you can find it here. Yah's my strength says, true, sis, true. And then Sister Dorothy says, please, pardon my type. No problem. My phone has its own mind. Hey, we all there. We all there. Don't worry about it. Jeremiah 16 and 19, it says, Yah is my strength. Who is my strength? The Most High Yahweh. He's also my what? Fortress. And my what? Refuge. In the day of affliction. This is the part right here. Listen to this. The Gentiles shall come to thee from the ends of the earth. These people shall come from the ends of the earth and shall say, what shall they say? Surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, which is worthlessness, is nothing. That's what vanity is. And things wherein there is no profit. Let me see how it renders in a comparative text. Watch this. In the NLT, it says, Yahweh is my strength and fortress, my refuge in the day of trouble. Nations, people from around the world will come to you and say, our ancestors left us a foolish heritage, for they worship worthless idols. And I just did a lesson yesterday on the Shabbat class about, the Queen of Heaven, worshiping these false idols, these deities, partaking in the things of this world. And it's already written that it's telling you that these people are going to come and say, what? Our ancestors left us a foolish heritage. Nothing. In the New King James, it says, surely our fathers have inherited what? Lies. No truth. No truth. And just think about it. It's 3 billion Christians in the world. 3 billion. Christianity is the largest faith in the world. Bigger than Islam, bigger than anything. Christianity. 3 billion people. And just think the majority of those people have inherited what? Lies. Out of 3 billion. Out of 3 billion, I can't even say, I'm not going to put a number on it, but we'll just say the majority, 90-something% of those people, they have inherited what? Lies. They're not getting truth. They're not getting the truth. But I will tell you this, brothers and sisters. We spoke on it earlier, so I'm going to go here. Psalms chapter 19 real quick, and we're going to get ready to wrap it up after this. The brother said, true that, Khan. You know, all praises be to the Most High. All praises be to the Most High. See, truth, before I go here, we're going to come right back here to this. See, I spoke on it, so I'm going to get it. Matthew 7 real quick about that narrow, just real quick, and then we'll go right back to Psalms, and then we'll close out. Matthew 7 and 13, right? It says, enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. That gate is very broad. It's wide open. Many people, billions of people can get through that gate. You can get through that gate. It tells you right here, and many there be which go in thereat. Billions of people are going to go that way. Because straight, why? Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life. People don't want that straight and narrow. Why? Because you got to give up a lot. Like Yah's my strength said earlier, hey, it might come sooner or later. You might have to lay down your life for the only begotten son. You might have to separate yourself from your family, your friends, your job, your coworker, your this, your that. People that you've been around with your whole life. Your friend that you grew up with from knee high. Now you came to the truth. They don't believe in the truth. They don't believe in the Most High like that. And you got to separate yourself. You're going to love your friend more. You're going to love your son more. You're going to love your daughter more. You're going to love your mama more. That's Matthew 10 and 34 on down. See that straight gate? It's hard. It's hard. In that narrow way, it's hard. It's not for the faint. It's not for, listen, it's not for the timid. It's not for the faint. You got to really believe. And the Most High is going to prove you to see if you do. He's going to prove you, just like he proved the children of Israel. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life. And few be there that find it. Not a lot of people is going to find that. That's why I say I couldn't fill up Joel, what is his name? Joel Osteen Stadium. I couldn't fill that up. There's not going to be a lot of people that come to see because they don't want to hear the truth. Hamashiach Yahawashi is telling me it's only going to be a few that find this. It's not going to be a lot of people. And if you come, the Most High is going to prove you. Let me show you that in the book of Deuteronomy real quick before we close out. Deuteronomy chapter 8. And it reads right here in verse 2, right? Deuteronomy 8 and 2. I'm going to show you 2 real quick. I'm going to show you here Deuteronomy, and then I'm going to go to the book of Sirach. It says, and thou shalt remember all the way which Yahweh thy power led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to what? Prove thee, to know what was in thy heart, whether thou wouldst keep his commandments or no. So why were the children of Israel in the wilderness for 40 years? Because he was proving them to see if they would really keep his commandments, to see where their heart was. Now let me show you in the book of Sirach real quick. The sister Dorothy said, Khan, pray the truth along with evidence be magnified. She says, off topic, do you know where I can buy 96 AD? It was an ancient picture. Nah, but I can look into it for you. I could definitely look into it for you. But off the head, no, I don't. But I could definitely look into it for you. Turn here with me to Ecclesiastic Us chapter 2 real quick. Send that message to the wifey, and we'll look into it for you, sister. Definitely. This is the book of Ecclesiastic Us in the 1611 King James Bible. If you don't have a 1611, I would encourage you to get you one, right? King James Bible, Ecclesiastic Us. Turn there with me, chapter 2. And we're going to read verse 1, right? This is if you come to serve the Most High, really, and his only begotten son. It says, my son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, prepare thy soul for what? Temptation. The Most High is going to prove you. As soon as you come to the Most High and you say you want to give yourself to him and his only begotten son, it says, prepare thy soul for what? Temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in the time of trouble. Verse 3, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. Here it is, brothers and sisters. Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire. You are gold that is speaking about. An acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way right and trust in him. Ye that fear Yahweh, wait for his mercy and go not aside, lest you fall. Ye that fear Yahweh, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear Yahweh, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. I'm going to stop right there because we'll just keep going and going and going. And I told y'all I was going to get one more, and I pulled out 3 more. But all praises to the Most High that he allowed for this message to be out, come out, you know. And this is the last one I have. And I'll check the chat and see if anybody has anything before we close. I'm going to start right here, the book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 7. Psalms 19 and 7. And I'm reading it in the New Living Translation again. And it says, the instructions of Yahweh are perfect, reviving the soul. The decrees of Yahweh are trustworthy, making one wise, making wise the simple. Now, the reason I'm reading this in the New Living Translation, understand what it's saying in the King James. The law of Yahweh is perfect, and it says converting, right? Converting what you was is turning you into something else. It's making you become something else. The same thing John 3 says, being born again. But it's converting what? The spirit, the soul. And it will make what? Wise the simple. If you're a simple-minded person, it will make you wise. Verse 8, the commandments of Yahweh are right, bringing joy to the heart. The commandments of Yahweh are clear, giving insight for the living. Reverence Yahweh is pure. If you respect him, if you honor him, if you give him glory, that's a pure thing. And it will last what? Forever. The laws of Yahweh are true. Each one is fair. Each commandment is fair. Verse 10, they are more desirable than what? Gold, brothers and sisters. Even the finest gold. They are sweeter than honey, even honey dripping from the comb. And brothers and sisters, I'll leave you with this, verse 11. This is what I'll leave you with, brothers and sisters. Verse 11. They are a warning to you servants and a great reward to those who obey them. Receive your reward on this very day. Proclaim that you're going to stand for the Most High and his only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahushua. And you're going to be his friend, as he said in John 15. You know what it takes. You know what he's asking you for. And you have been warned, brothers and sisters. You have been warned. You know, it's a shame. I thought I was sharing that the whole time, but I wasn't sharing that. Salakia. You know. There it is, though, verse 7 on down. The instructions of Yahweh are perfect, reviving the soul. The decrees of Yahweh are trustworthy, making wise and simple. The commandments of Yahweh are right, bringing joy into the heart. The commandments of Yahweh are clear, giving insight for the living. Of course, if you give him honor, glory, praise to the Most High Yahweh, it's all pure, lasting forever. The laws of Yahweh are what? True. Each one of them is what? Fair. They're more desirable than gold, even the finest gold that you can find on the earth. Everything else for the Most High is more desirable than gold, platinum, silver, all the money in the world, anything in the world that it is. His very word is more desirable than that. It says they are sweeter than what? Honey. Even the honey dripping from a honeycomb, or the comb of a honey. In verse 11, it says they are a what? Warning to your servants. And a great reward. What reward would you get that crown? The palm in your hand. Eternal life. For those who what? Obey. You have to obey. That's what he asked for. Obedience. That's why he's proving you. I showed you in Deuteronomy 8 and 2. I showed you in Sirach chapter 2 on down. 1 on down. So just know, brothers and sisters, your enemy is here. That serpent. Satan, Ahchwathyam, a lot of people waiting on him, waiting on the Antichrist, waiting on this and waiting on that. It's already here, brothers and sisters. It's already happening now. Like I say, hopefully this message was edifying. If it was, please share it with someone. Let them know. The water for everybody joining in on this first day of the week, breaking bread. Thank you very much for being here. Not Chat the Man, but Yah is my strength, the sister Dorothy, and Ronald Hosley, I believe, and anybody else that was in here that may have joined in and may have went out. But thank you for being here. And like I said, if you believe the message is edifying, please share it. Tune in with me on the third day of the week. For the next few weeks, say about a month and a half, 2 months. I usually do my lessons on the third and fifth day at 10 a.m., but I'm going to be doing them at 6 p.m. now. Some things changed with the schedule, so I'll be doing them in the evening at 6 p.m. on the third and fifth day, and then Shabbat at 12 as always. So please join in. That's 6 o'clock my time and 9 p.m. Eastern time. Yah is my strength. He says, great message, brother. All praises be to the Most High, the water for that. And like I said, if you believe it is that, then share it with someone so they may get edified. That's what this whole thing is about. Bringing forth the truth and relaying the truth to our people so they can hear the truth and truly be warned. It's a lot of garbage out here. Like the sister Dorothy said, hey, if you want it, you can find it. Itchy ears. It's out there, but it is somebody out there also that wants the truth. And if they really want it, that's what we present here on this platform, the brotherhood. The sister Dorothy says, the water for the class. Have a Barak evening. Shalawam, family. All praises be. As always, I'm closing out with the video that I played earlier. So as I close out, here we go. Well, no, I'm going to close out with another one. But here it is right here. I'm going to share it on the screen. And this is about becoming that new man, becoming that new woman. One of the sisters put this out. So I'm going to put this on. And here we go. Hopefully you enjoy it. And I'll see you on the third day.
I gotta take control. I gotta let you go. I gotta leave. Yeah. I gotta let you go. You make me someone I don't wanna be. It's what's best for me. So I gotta leave. I gotta take control. I gotta let you go. Leave you in the past. Yeah. I gotta let you go. No. I gotta change my mind. Gotta get myself right. Gotta get myself in line. Gotta walk in the light. Gotta keep these laws. Gotta serve TMH. God, not trying to do wrong. Had to cut it off. I gotta leave you alone. Leave you in my past. Had to let you go. Couldn't make it last. Caught up in sin. Yeah, I had to repent. Had to change my ways. No, I can't stay bent. Not like the old days. I'm different nowadays. Do me spiritual. Walk a better way. New relationships. Yeah, they beautiful. All praises to TMH. She showed me truth. Yeah, you felt good to me. But I knew you weren't good for me. I was blind. Had to change my mind. Now I finally see. Well, I gotta take control. Yeah, I gotta let you go. I gotta let it leave. Yeah, I gotta let you go. You make me someone I don't wanna be. It's what's best for me. So I gotta leave. Spirits and demons weighed heavy on my soul. Living in sin for way too long, lost control. Now you're dead and gone. I'm standing strong. Gotta stay in this truth. Gotta hold on. I'm seeking a better place. Can't let time go to waste. Nothing in my way. Nothing shake my faith. I need to set me free. Gotta do what he please. Feeding my spirit everything you need. With you, I didn't know who I was. At 7 years old, saw my brother on drugs. Found a new peace, yeah, a brand new me. with you, I was lost, now I'm finally free. Sinning, didn't know the call. Thought I was winning, really I was lost. I needed to start over, a beginning. Something new, had to bury you, no digging with you. My world was blue. All praises for this truth. My life renewed, yeah, it hurt, but it's worth it. I got us what it's for. I gotta let you go. I gotta let you leave, yeah. I gotta let you go. You make me someone I don't wanna be. It's what's best for me. So I gotta leave. I had to leave. My spirit was weak. Needed a new me. Found truth in the book. The Bible, the key, yeah, lessons learned. My past fade out, watch it burn. My light shine bright. Fought that spiritual fight. All praises to TMH. I'm walking right.